Hey, I'm Bill, this is Auto Bike Chains, and today I want to explain why I use those little pots that come in your wax warmer. Here's the wax pot that I use for new chains, and I keep this little, this liner bucket in here. Well, there are some disadvantages to that. One disadvantage is it does take longer for the wax to warm up. And the second disadvantage is it takes away some of the volume of the pot. Not much, but you can definitely fit more wax inside the pot itself than in the bucket. So why do I use this bucket? There are two reasons. One is I don't ever drain the chains, so to speak, right above the wax pot. I actually move them to another spot, and to do that I pretty much just carry this over to where they go. But the second, more important reason is I don't have 7 pots of wax. Because I have 7 formulas of wax, I don't necessarily want to keep 7 wax pots in the shop. You're basically seeing the whole shop. There's no room. So what I do is I collect the pots. I don't collect them. So I purchase some extra pots, and then I have pots for other mixes. And so I don't get confused. And here's the dog. You comfy? And so I stamp some letters into the edge of the pot. This one actually says DE, and what that means is the double endurance formula from Silco. So I have other pots that say B. That's just our base. I have one that says S. S is for speed. And guess what? There's a DS for double speed. And I've recently purchased some additional buckets because I'm going to start doing the molten wax. Now, here's something else that might interest you. If you're going to do a 2-pot system and you only have 1 wax pot, well, really all you have to do is go out and buy another one of these buckets that go inside your wax pot. You don't need to go out and invest in, something like this that's got the dual pots, even though it's not very expensive. So these buckets themselves, they're only like a few bucks. So something to think about. I've actually already had people ask me where I get these buckets, and so they want to do a 2-pot system when they only really have 1 wax pot. It's just going to take some more time. You're going to have to wait for your pot 1 to warm up, do your chain, take your chain out, put in your other bucket of wax, and do your pot 2. So I hope that gives you some ideas on what you can do with a few dollars on, one of those big retail stores that bring stuff right to your house. So yeah, I do stamp them, but you don't necessarily need to go out and buy some stamps. I just happen to have them. You can mark it somehow. I would probably avoid a marker or something like that, but just kind of etch it or stamp it with something else so you know what's what. Well, thanks for joining me. I'll catch you next time.